body. Nobody, even if you want my body, yeah. Nobody, and you don't need no other body. Nobody,
Ladies and
oh
gentlemen,
yeah,
I don't know what he
if
said,
you want my body.
but
Oh
we'll let
yeah,
it go.
I like that song. Let's sing it to the max. Oh, uh, uh, uh. Mm.
You know what
Hey,
I'm here to talk
what's
about?
good?
A little bit of
Oh,
Thor,
woo! Well, everybody, welcome back to Real Comic Book
whole
Talk.
lot of love and thunder.
Everybody seen it done big. And see, y'all know what it is. Bars.
Yeah.
Damn, what's really good, man? I would say no long time no see, but I literally saw you last night and then the day before we did a live stream, so you know.
Yeah, what's happening, people out there in the world? This is Real Comic Book Talk. We're going to talk about that Thor Love and Thunder.
Well, we get into it, damn. Did you have fun at the theater?
I had a normal theater experience.
Just a normal theater experience. I don't know.
Normal theater experience, brother. I don't know what you want me to tell
Ah,
the people.
I was losing it in the theater before and it had nothing to do with the movie. Absolutely nothing. So I finally, I finally used my fiance's premiere thing. I didn't know she actually had it. So I skipped the line, right? I'm like, bet. I go there. We all know what I do, Dane. You know what snack I'm getting when I go to the movie. Every time I go to the movie, I get the same thing. I don't start the movie without it. Nachos and cheese, double the cheese, slushy. So what it is. Mixed flavor. Except for Coca-Cola. Because that's disgusting. I don't even know why that's a flavor. So I did that. I went into the line and they said they were out of nachos and cheese. I was losing it. I didn't know what to do. My whole world was just spinning around. Crazy. I'm going left or right. The dude looking at me. I'm looking at him. He looking at me, look at him. And I'm looking at him, looking at me, looking at him. Like, what do you mean you out of nachos and cheese? You know a movie premiered today. How are you supposed to be double stacked on the snacks? And then I'm looking at the screen. I mean, everything's blanked out. I'm like, what are y'all doing? We're in Virginia. Y'all making money. I was like, oh my gosh. But luckily, we had a guest with us yesterday, Mariam. She came through to watch the movie, and she saw a nacho cheese, the last bag of nachos. She said, can he have somebody that's not, real quick? He looked at it. He's like, oh, yeah, they ordered this 2 hours ago. They never came and got it. You can take it. Saved my day. Saved it. So I want a special shout out to Marion because that, I didn't know what to do.
Without your movie experience would have been ruined without your nachos and cheese.
Would have been absolutely ruined. I was about to settle for the pretzel bites, and I was like, this ain't the same. This ain't the same. Ooh.
Okay. Not a real movie experience without the proper food and everything. I get you. Not,
Then the slushy thing hurt my feelings. Oh gosh. Bro, so you remember last few times they went to the movie, I went to the movies. They got rid of the Coca-Cola flavor and they replaced it with mango. So I had mango, blueberry, and cherry. Those are the three flavors. I'm like, bet I'm about to, and that mango joint is, I mean, that thing it. I go to the theater, I go walk to the slushy machine. I see they brought back the Coca-Cola, took off the mango. I cussed for 2 minutes. Cussing. Big boy words for 2 minutes. You would have thought I was a part of the boys. So the comic, not even, I'm talking about the comic, not the show. I was like that. Beep, beep, you mother beep. Like I was on South Park. I was mad. Heated. Hurt my feelings, man. Jeez.
okay. All right. All over the slushy. All right then.
Yes.
They better recognize, and I hope they're watching this and they know to have all the food that is supposed to be on the menu at the actual movie theater next
Well,
time.
I can see if it was like a Tuesday and you're like, all right, we don't really get a lot of people, and all of a sudden you got a flood of people. That's something different. But it's a Thursday night movie premiere. You know that the theater's packed because you're doing pre-sales and you can see that the tickets are so when be ready. God. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes you might just have to bring your own stuff next time. I mean, Bring
That's
your
like
own
you
stuff.
go to that's like you go to the KFC or Popeyes and they tell you they out of chicken. They gotta fuck you out of chicken. Your name is Kentucky Fried Chicken. You can't be out of chicken.
I think nachos is the exception and everything. Now, if they ran out of popcorn, then we'll have a problem. But nachos,
If they would have ran out of popcorn, I would have left. You're not a movie theater.
even though you don't eat the popcorn, but
It doesn't matter. It's the principle at that point. Every movie theater has popcorn. It's the principle at that point, man.
Although I can say you're right. Now that I think about it, there was an exceptional amount of people when we went to go see the Marvel movie that while I was in line was talking about Dragon Ball Z for some weird reason. I don't know how it just continued on and everything. And then next thing I know, out of the blue, while we're talking, a guy with a Dragon Ball Z T-shirt came around and got in the conversation, and it just was a whole thing. That was different.
Like an in-depth analysis of Dragon
Oh
Ball.
yeah, all anime talk turns into in-depth analysis instantly. That's just the way animes are. Animes are so deep. You got it. It goes real. It turns quick. People start talking about their favorite characters, and it gets personal.
Yeah, hey, I've seen. I haven't been a part of them because I don't really watch anime like that. I'm trying. I'm dibbling and dabbling, but I be doing other stuff. But I heard the conversations. I be like, damn. I remember we watched what was that anime we watched on Netflix? It was like Devil something. Oh,
a lot.
I know.
It's just me. I watched a lot.
I know you watch a lot, but it's the way y'all made me watch. It's like some kind of devil joint. And then I remember in the comments, it was like, yeah, this is a reflection of Christianity and stuff like that. I was like, I didn't get any of that. Sheesh. I said I will go back and rewatch it, but no. I barely finished it. I was like, this is a bit much. It's a bit much. My man Steve Austin's in the building. Talk about popcorn is too expensive at the movies.
Of course it is. It's always been too expensive.
Yeah, it hurts more now.
If people could sneak their own popcorn in, they would definitely do it.
It hurts more now that you're an adult and you actually got to pay for it yourself. That's what it is.
No, it hurts more now that inflation is going up and they keep knocking it
inflation's
up.
always going. What I'm saying is, when you were a kid, you would order a popcorn like, oh, no big deal. Somebody else is paying for it. Now that you're paying for yourself, like, oh, it's not. I go to the store get like $13 for this price.
You got to account for that already before you go to the movies. You got to already account for that.
Like when you go to a basketball, football game, you're like, yeah, I know y'all marking up chicken tenders. $15 for tenders and fries and a drink. What are you, Five Guys?
I eat before I go to any of those events, and my dessert is when I get to that event. That's how I go about it. Cotton candy, whatever it is. I don't care. That's what I eat at the event.
Last time I went to an event, it was Monster Jam a month ago, and I had 2 kids, and they didn't eat before. I was broke for 2 weeks.
You're helping them in their growth and their life memories.
They got the mumbo.
You did good.
And we went in like the regular seats. For some reason, we ended up in the seats with it's not a luxury box, but it's like the next level FedEx Field. Where you gotta go up the elevator. You gotta show them your badge to go up to the elevator. So we sitting in that area, and all that stuff is like the mumbo chicken tenders. I was like, I gotta spend $24 for chicken tenders and fries, and then an extra $5 just for the drink for both kids.
For both. Yeah. Yeah. Like I told you, they raised their prices over the years. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yes, we are.
That movie was. Whew. It was,
what was it, man?
It was a
What
C.
was it?
It was a C. C plus. C plus at the best.
You going C plus?
C plus. C plus. It had a whole feel. They had the whole feel of Ragnarok. So yeah. C plus. So y'all know we are definitely hitting out spoilers.
I mean, I said spoilers. That's in the title, so.
Yeah, I gotta. You gotta remind people. You know, when you do a live, they just click the live thing. But this is a Thor: Love and Thunder review. Spoiler all over the thing. We are going to spoil the heck out of this movie. So yeah, here's your chance to run now if you haven't seen it. But yeah, C plus. Yeah, I said it. Um, yeah, it's a C plus. I gave it a plus because the villain.
So just to see what else. Oh my gosh.
The villain gave it a plus. He was the Christian Bale is Christian Bale. You can't cover his face up. You don't need to CGI him and just use his voice. That man, he was yeah. It only got, let's put it like this. All right, so the movie was typical Thor movie. None of his movies have been great. At best, they've been good, I guess, decent, like watchable for the moment. They watchable for the moment. You don't completely get out of it. So yeah, and the villain for this one was solid for me. He did his role. They didn't go deep into him because they wanted to keep with Thor's story mostly, and they told a Thor story and everything, like over and over again. Like you heard his dang name like 700 times. So it was just a C plus. I mean, when they showed the villain, it got serious. The villain did his role. When they showed Thor, it was all jokey joke because they officially turned Thor into Party Thor, like from what was it called? What If? So yeah, that's who he is now. I mean, he had his serious moments. When it's time for Thor to get serious, he got serious. But if there's no need for him to get serious, then he's on joke time. And that's pretty much what you got for a majority of the movie. Now, he turned into every other regular guy who falls, runs into his first love or whatever, or his ex-love. So he's straight turned into like every other guy is like, yeah, so can't get the words out and is like dumbfounded and try to stay cool, but ain't really cool and everything. And they did. And the thing about this movie is they did a lot of flashbacks and telling of the past and stuff. And the director, he put himself all over this movie, yo. You just heard his voice everywhere. But the guest appearances were cool. The pop-ups and everything. They kept the movie going and stuff. You'd be like, oh shoot, look at that. They had a couple of moments like where you were like, hold up, that doesn't make sense. Like when they showed Lady Sif, and you're like, she should know that she's Asgardian. Why is she acting like she doesn't know how she's supposed to die? This is weird. But the story was Mighty Thor. I did like Jane's interpretation. They kept it majority of the comic
50-50
for the time frame they had. For the time frame they had. So they kept it.
I'll be right. I didn't write that in. So yeah, 70-30.
Yeah, for the time frame they kept it pretty much together and everything. And it feels like they wanted to show more of Mighty Thor. Like I feel like they wanted to do more other than like she walked near the hammer and then next thing you know, she's Lady Thor. Like I feel like they could have did more than that. Like, oh, she got close. Oh my God, next time we see her, she's Thor. Like y'all could have did more. Y'all could have gave us something like a learning curve montage or something. But, you know, they was just like, boom. She got near the hammer. Next time we see her, she's Thor. She's been Thor a while. It's like, what? Okay, all right then. But yeah, C plus. Let me stop rambling on. Go ahead. What you think, buddy?
It was okay. I've been saying this all day when people ask me. It's not going to change now. It was just okay. I mean, it was watchable. I wouldn't put it in that nowhere near the upper echelon of MCU movies. It's nowhere near the bottom. It's in the middle.
Upper echelon of other Thor movies.
It's only been 4 movies, so and a lot of people hate the first one, and a lot of people hate the second one. So it ain't hard to be not to beat up a lot of Thor movies. That's number one. No, so I mean it's just okay. I mean, it's just the middle of the pack movie. Like, all right, I need a movie to watch. Well, we got something. It's like in the DMV. It's supposed to rain this weekend. We don't want to get out of the house, but it's raining all day. All right, let's go to the movies and literally only kill 2 hours. I'm like, what is this? And that kind of goes to your point about like they wanted to show more. The MCU has been shortening up movies since Endgame. Outside of the Spider-Man Far From Home, which was really a Sony movie, like all the ones that come out of Disney, like I don't know. I mean, it's only been like, what is that movie? God, jeez, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness,
Shang-Chi,
this one. They all been shorter. All just been like shorter. Like before Endgame movies, them movies were clocking in 2:15, 2:20, 2:30, something like that. Then Endgame came over 3 hours and stuff like that. Now they 2 hours. It's like Warner Brothers with Justice League. Hey, we need to get this under 2 hours. We need more showings. Like you ain't been making your money like that. All of a sudden now you want to do it. What's going on? It kind of goes to a point. They weren't letting the scenes breathe a little bit. Like they were just rushing from scene to scene. I didn't feel like I grasping the situation, how big of an event it should have been. It was just yeah. I think them shortening the movie is actually costing them in time. I felt this way about like all the way back for Spider-Man No Way Home. Like that whole first part of the movie, they just fast. I'm like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, bro, what is happening? He was in college, now he's doing college graduation. I'm not seeing him in high school. How's he dealing with being all the attention? I see a quick moment of it, and then he's going through all of high school. Now they're in college applications, getting rejected by each one. I'm like, bro, let me breathe a little bit. Jeez, I didn't even get to finish the nachos and cheese yet.
Nah, move.
Longer than this movie's happening. Come on, bro. Slow it down. And so that's how I'm here with it. Action scenes were okay. Nothing special. Gore, the God Butcher, he was giving them work though. He was literally giving them work. And super spoiler about to come up. Eternity looked like they ripped that thing right out of the comics. Like they just took it on page, put it there, tightened it up a little bit with the graphics. Eternity, baby. I was like, sheesh. Oh, wow, like that's good. That's the only part people ask, does it lead to like the multiverse of madness? Number one, you guys got to stop. You got to stop. Not every single MCU thing is going to lead to the multiverse. You got to stop.
They opened the door.
Big story and all that stuff. No, you got to stop. You got to take your time and then just enjoy the ride. Don't try to skip ahead and then look back like, oh, everything matched. No, calm it down. Now, Eternity does, because I think Eternity that might be the only part that you say, oh, it might be part of the multiverse, a bigger story, but it's not a big deal. They showed them, they granted a wish, kept it moving. That's all it really is. Thor's, you gave it a C+. I'm B-. Yeah, I'm about to B-. C+ is the first Thor. So, yeah.
C- is the first.
Oh, that's it. C. No, the second Thor is C-. The first Thor I thought was fine.
Second Thor is a D.
You're all over the place. I don't tell you. But one more thing before we start getting a review like piece by piece, which I think I got to pull up because I forgot how we did these. But what is this? I can't find it.
Thor: Love and Thunder review. I can tell you right now, my best.
No. The whatchamacallit, the Guardians of the Galaxy. I did not like the cameo, and it wasn't like it was a poorly executed or anything like that. It was more to the fact of I'm looking at it, and y'all not. It seems like I don't care. Like y'all just there to recite your lines in your costume. All right, we out. Like there was no heart to it, no feel. Kind of seemed like you rushed. Like, yeah, you don't really look like you belong here. When did that happen? He's been with you for a while. all of a sudden you just want to say it and leave him? Like, you just.
He's probably he probably.
I don't want to hear probably what he did. If I don't say I don't want to see. I'm not giving you the benefit of that.
He outstayed his welcome. You saw that when he first got on the ship, and he was trying to low key take over and everything. That man, it wasn't a good fit no matter what.
Yeah, it wasn't a good fit, but they didn't have to make it so abrupt. It's the way you can show it wasn't a good fit, and I think they just took the quick and easy. Are we going to show him? We're going to get out of there because the last time we seen him, he was with the Guardians, so he got to be with the Guardians. Let's make it real quick, in and out. They're gone for some reason about family, and he doesn't look like it, and we out of there. We're good.
The team had to separate. It was a simple thing of the family had to separate. It was a good out, and he saw Sif, and it was a smooth transition. It was like, okay, how do we separate them? How do we get out of here? We're the Guardians. We go help people who are in danger. There's lots of people in danger, and all of a sudden, Lady Sif, she's in danger too. Separate, go, divide and conquer. And like I said, I like the little
they weren't doing the divide and conquer though, because they just said, hey, you need to go find something else. Like what? No, man. I was like, no. You could have had them more in the movie, just a little bit, just an extra scene or two, something. But it just seemed like I was just. Oh, last time we saw him, he's with the Guardians. So, all right, we need the Guardians. All right, see you later. And then Chris Pratt. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Chris Pratt looked like he just came in and said, "All right, I got to say these lines, then I got to go."
Because they got their own movie to worry about. They're not worried about no Thor movie. They knew they only had. They said we're only in the movie for 5 minutes anyway. We ain't got to take it so far. We ain't got to
go. I know you're not gonna go rewatch it, but go think about it and go stand on it. Looked like he was just supposed to stand at his mark, say his lines. All right, I walk out.
And he did it.
Yeah, that's his poor acting. I can do that. So it's not that great.
I'll tell you this though. It was my favorite scene, which was every scene where Mighty Thor showed up. When she was Mighty Thor and not Jane Foster, I was like, yep, I like this. I like that. Like she was actually Thor, which is why I was like, yo, y'all could have gave us more, like showed us how she became and built into it, and like she learned to be Thor. Like come on now. Like she had no problem being Thor. Like her flying, her throwing the hammer, like she was fully experienced with being Thor by the time they showed us to us. And I was like, come on, man, y'all could have given us something, anything. Like your first time picking up the hammer and then the armor comes on and everything, like they did. Oh, something, anything.
Yeah. I told you, feel like, bro, they rushing stuff in the movies. They like just skipping over stuff you normally would see. Like before the pandemic, stuff you would normally see. You see it like, did the COVID-19 affect your movie time runtime or something? Or I'm lost.
Anything, because the Thor landed and everybody in Asgard, and everybody was like, Thor, yeah. And then Jane Foster's Mighty Thor landed, and everybody was like, yeah. And I was like, oh shoot. I was like, yo, I want to know, man, what she been doing. She been saving the earth. Has she been protecting the whole earth, or she just been out there in Asgard? Like, what's she been doing? Like somebody give me an update, Has she been making the news? Something, anything. No, it was like, nope, we ain't got time. We got a story to tell. Cut to it. Go straight to the story. We don't know anything, just like Thor didn't know anything. We're all in the dark, and then we're all learning at the same time.
All right, let's get into the proper review, even though it's going to go off the rails anyway. But hey, this is the name of the game. All right, man. Let's talk about the cons, the bad of the movie. Like
Mighty Thor. I just did it. Mighty Thor.
That's just a con.
Con?
Con, not the pro. The bad of the movie.
Oh,
you spent all this
time. We've been talking about the con. The con was they
know.
rushing
All right,
everything.
all right, rephrase. Give me the worst part of the movie.
Huh?
The worst part of the biggest problem with your movie, with the movie.
They killed Mighty Thor. Spoiler.
That's the biggest part of the movie.
Hell yeah, for me it
I
was.
didn't have a problem with that. I didn't have an issue with that. She had a great story. All right, she had a decent story. They told it. She was never as soon as you saw her that she had cancer, you should have known she wasn't gonna live. They put a timer on it. They told her story. It's about Thor. I'm sorry. I mean, you had to know that.
But that don't mean I accept it.
That's what you tell me all the time.
This isn't about me. This is about the movie.
It is about you.
It's about the movie.
You tell me accept the stuff in the movie like you should have known. I accepted it. Should have known. You tell me that all the time.
Look here. We're past that now. Okay.
You
asked me what my con was. My con was her dying. Didn't like that. Didn't like one bit.
She had a great death. She died in battle. She went to Valhalla at the second post-credit scene. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I still don't accept it.
I don't.
Yeah, all that's good. All that's nice and good and everything. They could have kept her alive. What's your con? What didn't you like about the movie?
The scenes, everything felt short. I feel like I was missing a lot of the movie.
Yeah, what we've been talking about. Yeah,
I know, but that's my biggest issue. I feel if you fix that, certain things will be like you said, showing Jane Foster with the hammer, her picking it up, the scene where the armor finally touches her skin, her flying for the first time, realizing what she can do, asking questions about Valkyrie, like what's going on. I would even like to see a little bit with some of New Asgard. Like, no, that's not my Thor, like they did in the comics. Like, that's not my Thor. We don't accept you, a false Thor. A little bit of that, a little internal struggle between Asgard. I would have loved to see that. And the only way you can do that stuff, you know how the first way to start doing that? Lengthen out your movie a bit. Let stuff breathe. Don't make it. You don't have to end every scene. It felt like they end every scene with a joke.
Actually, yes, they did. Exactly. If they had got rid of the flashback scene of Thor and Jane's love and everything, you could have got rid of that whole thing. And instead of having that, you could have shown Jane going through her ups and downs of trying to learn how to be a hero and stuff.
While at the same time you have Summer Asgard, a very loud vocal saying that's not the real Thor. Like, you could have had all of that. You chose to go a different route, and the jokes, a lot of them just didn't really land.
They were going heavily on the word love. The love part, they're trying their hardest to hammer that in and focus on that in the movie. And it didn't hit for me. It didn't hit. The only part that had love was the villain, Gore, had love for his daughter, even though he was corrupted by the sword and everything. He still had love. And like in the beginning, it felt like, yeah, he was going to kill everybody because the guys didn't love him and they were like assholes. So he was like, boom, yeah, let's take care of these guys. Even though a majority of it was like the sword corrupted him, but you could still see in him, like, I don't like these gods. Like, we pray to y'all, and y'all out here just chilling, and then you're gonna be like, oh, if you die, you die. I'll find new people to praise me.
Yeah, that God deserved to die. He did. He absolutely did. When he said, I was like, yeah.
The audacity in somebody's face that worshipped you. What?
You see these people there. You could be a great God if you would have just nourished the house, the world. That joint look dry as down. Like, how do I even? Like, if I lived on that planet, no, we're not having kids. I'm not bringing no kid into this. Why would I?
Well, he got what he deserves and everything. So in the end, sorry for him. And the other butthole was Zeus. Oh my God. Oh.
Let's talk about Zeus. What did you think? What did you think, Dan? Come on.
When I realized what type of Zeus they were giving us, I was like, okay, this is the type of Zeus they're giving us. Then when I seen the end credit scene, I was like, oh, it's all makes sense now. Oh, they're connecting it to the comic and everything. I said, okay. So I like the setup. Don't like I. By the end, I was like, I understand what type of Zeus they were going for.
What's up? So what type of Zeus you mean like where they going?
He's just like the god that God Butcher killed. He's like they've been on top for so long they don't care about everybody else. Everybody else is ants to them and everything. You saw how he was showboating and everything else with his lightning bolt and everything. So like he's above everybody and doesn't care. He's a rock star. Among other gods, he's the god of gods, the rock star who sees nothing wrong with anything he does. He does no wrong in his own eyes. So when he got set straight abruptly by Thor, he got offended by it as opposed to looking in himself and fixing his own faults. He decided to just take it personally, be like, "How dare you?" And it's like, okay, that's the kind of guy you are. All right, you're an asshole. Okay.
Yeah, he's an asshole. I thought they took a Conway out is when they looked like Thor killed him. I was like, oh, they killed Zeus. I was like, oh, wow. I was like, oh, that's a bold move right there. And then they copped out, and he's not dead. He's wounded.
He's Zeus. Ain't gonna kill him with his own weapon like that easily. Yeah, no.
Why not? We were doing others in this same MCU. Captain Marvel died because the statue fell off.
Yeah, we don't believe that one actually. That was lame. Even though she flew through a couple of them,
yeah, she did, and then one fell on her.
And then the other one fell on her. I was like, hold up, she was just flying through them like it was nothing. But then when it falls on her, okay. You know what? Whatever.
So, like I said, Zeus in this MCU, Zeus can die with his own weapon. I never really thought like if you're gonna kill a god like Zeus, you have something that's as powerful as him would be his weapon, right?
Technically, yes, but at the same time, he's still Zeus.
So then, because I thought like another way they could have did it was to have like Zeus get killed, right? And remember, later on in the movie, he said, "Yeah, we killed Zeus. We gotta run for God for the rest of our lives and all that." I thought like you gotta go to the post-credits scene would have been like he laying over his body, people are mourning him, and Hercules walks over and said, "Dad, I'll avenge your death." You're like,
oh, but Zeus, the kind of character they got Zeus as, it feels like he's going to be the Odin replacement. So, and they could use him more in other, and they could use him more in other MCU movies.
I get that, but I'm just saying, I think my way would have been a little better.
Your way would have worked too. It would work too. It would have been a waste for an actor like Russell Crowe and everything, like they did with John Krasinski with Fantastic Four when they just killed him like that. I was like, oh, that was a waste. But
nah, it's not a waste because I think Kevin Feige said, all right, we're gonna get what you want, but I'm gonna get the actor I really want.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And once he killed him, I think everybody realized that too. Everybody was like, that man's got something else planned.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I really wanted this. Here it is. Because the movie's not that great.
That was the biggest fan service I've seen in a long time. I was like, whoa. Talk about giving a fan
the biggest fan service since they got Patrick Stewart to play
they didn't have a choice. Professor X.
Professor X.
Yeah, that was.
When he got casted, they were like, "Hey, everybody, you should hire Patrick Stewart." They're like, "I find it."
I mean, that's the only thing they got absolute right, and when it comes to the whole X-Men franchise,
it's not the only thing.
It's not here. It's not here nor there.
They got Magneto, right?
I guess. Yeah.
There's no gas. They got Magneto, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And they got X2, right?
But wasn't they spot on though? Professor X is spot on. Spot on. What so what other
What's the next thing?
yeah.
The next thing your your pros of the movie, the good stuff. You have any pros of
Mighty
the
Thor.
movie?
Mighty Thor.
You said, "Oh, Mighty Thor." That's right. That was your big one.
That was my pro. Her every scene with her was like, yeah, yeah. And then I also like the fact that they open it up for Heimdall. Like they completely open it up for Heimdall's son. So like we have to see him again in another Marvel movie. How they kept using him and stuff. So that should be it.
They made that prominent. Like, yeah, this is Heimdall's son. He has powers and everything. I'm like, I could have sworn that Odin gave Heimdall his powers too. He didn't just wasn't born with it. It wasn't a genetic kind of thing.
It's genetic now.
I mean, but MCU changes stuff all the time. I don't care. My man Matt said, "Not live, shaking my goddamn head." When you said God, I thought you were referring to me, but you're talking about some fake one from a mediocre movie. I don't know who Matt is. He sounds like a light skinned guy. I know exactly who that is, though. But either way, doesn't really matter. The movie is kind of mediocre, which is sad. My pro is I had to think real hard about this one. There's nothing really that's spectacular. Can't say
It gotta be spectacular. Just what you when it comes on Disney Plus, what scene are you skipping, fast forwarding to? What scene?
nothing.
Nothing.
I'm not skipping to see anything. I'm like, I'll just let this play out. It's
I do. I will give
you know what? My pro is gore. It's gore.
I was just about to say that too. I was going to say the opening scene with him was pretty. Yeah, it was like, okay, I need to see more of what happens with this guy.
Yeah, I would say Gore. I would say Gore is my he's my pro. Number one, I believed him. Like as soon as he was talking to his God, and his God said that, I was like, yeah, that Necrosword would have picked me too, because I was like, oh, there's no way in the hell. I just had to bury my daughter. My whole race is dead, and you're talking about there'll be other people more. I'm like, oh no, oh no. I would have been corrupted by that sword as well, because that joint would have chose me, and I would have got the killing. I will say that you were right. They did show the hanging of two gods. I didn't think it was quick. It was real quick. And you were right. I didn't go do it.
It was a serious scene. It was a prominent scene in the comics. They had a couple of things they pulled right out the comics that were like this is right here what we need to show. And they picked a couple of good ones, and I was like, all right. Just like with Jane, they kept her story majority and showed that she could do different things with the hammer other than what Thor could do and stuff. Because technically in the comics, Thor never threw his hammer and made it move around the way he does in the movie. And Jane was the first person to like really talk to the hammer and stuff and communicate. You know how in the movie he was talking to Stormbreaker, like it was a real person and stuff? Like he never does that in the comics. Jane did it in the comics. She did it first as Mighty Thor.
I have the whole Mighty Thor run right there in these boxes over here to my right. I know.
For the fans, you guys need to know, and that happened and everything. And the way they did it in the movie was when the hammer just brought back together, but it was still cracked. So when she threw it, she knew how to separate the pieces and then bring them back together. Right back. Yeah, so it's curious to see now that Thor has Mjolnir back, will he be doing that same thing with the Mjolnir all the time? Because we're going to see him again. They said we're going to see Thor again. So
yeah, they made sure. If you actually looked at the credits, he was an executive producer on this. I noticed. I've actually started to notice that. Like for instance, Loki or I don't know his real name. Tom Hiddleston. Or Hiddleston, something like that. TH. Either way, he is an executive producer on Loki's show. Because they, like you think of Tom Hiddleston now, you think of Loki, you think of Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, he got other stuff. You think of Thor. Like it's his character. He's stepping in like, hey, look, you see him, you see me. Okay.
You notice that you notice Kevin Feige also put his name up there, or Kevin Feige production. Like he's like officially stamped it as his now. Before he just produced. He was just a producer. Now he's like it's his production now.
I mean, he's earned that right.
Yeah. Being it though, everybody associates it with him anyway. I mean,
come on, bro. He's earned that right. He talking about, hey, Kevin, what's going on? You gotta watch it. He got a new hat for everything. He's earned that right.
Oh yeah. That man's all over everything. You can't deny. You done gave him control of the whole MC of all your comic book material now. Like he's got the TV shows and everything. So
TV shows, he got the movie.
Yeah.
The only thing he don't got is the comics.
Yeah, and I don't think he wants it though, to be honest.
I know, bro. He get the comics as a rap. He's going to be a powerful man in comic book.
That's just a whole different ball game. I wouldn't want it. They leave that to because what's the name used to do? I think Avi Arad used to do that.
Yeah,
he used to be in charge of the comics.
I'm just saying. I think he can pull it off. Anyway, all right. So next part of this spectacular live review is the one and only key moments.
Oh, when they show Jane going through cancer, Gore, the beginning with Gore and why he's doing what he's doing, his daughter dying and everything. That was it was smoothly done, well paced. That gave you just enough information of why.
That's the only part of the movie where the scenes didn't end in the joke.
Yeah, everything with Gore. I told you the villain is when it was serious. Anytime it was the villain in there, it got real serious and deep, and that's how that guy directs. Tack Wyatt, TD, whatever his name is. That's how he directs and everything. He did the exact same thing with Ragnarok. Because when Hela came in, all the scenes, it's like when Hela came on the scene, it got cold everywhere in the theater too, and everything else. You're like, oh, this is not about to be fun. And the same thing with God Butcher. It got serious and everything. So yeah. All the scenes with him. Key moments were him, Jane fighting out she has cancer, and then that was pretty much it for me.
So my key moment is a combination to get to the end. So off the rip is Gore holding his daughter while she dies, like it happened in the comic, burying her, and then seeing it all like his love, like we prayed to you and all that, and I'm the last one. This is our reward. He's like, there's no reward. This is our reward for killing that guy with the necro sword, and then his love, that love turning into hate, the anger going rapid, killing gods all across the universe. So we get to the end of the movie, and hit the love. This whole movie is about love and dealing with different kinds of love, which makes sense. It's called Love and Thunder, but him dealing with that, finally getting rid of the necro sword or destroyed. So the necro sword destroyed. So now he's not being corrupted by it.
Yep.
His love for his daughter comes storming back, and now his daughter, will she have the power of eternity now, or part of it?
I say she's just a god now. She's got god level power.
But there's different levels of gods.
We'll find out what level she's on later on.
And look, if you look at her eyes, that energy look like it's from eternity. That's too much power for a child.
That's why she's with Thor, and Thor sees it too. He's like, "Ooh, we got to get that under control. Your little mood swings aren't going to cut it. Not with the eye beams."
Sheesh.
And then if Thor's running with her in the middle of a battle, she's probably invulnerable too.
Bro, you can't have laser eyes, and if you're a Thor, no, you got to. Just got to. But that's my key moment. It was like the combination of that.
What?
What to what part?
What? Just because you got laser eyes don't mean you got to be invulnerable too.
If you have God-like laser eyes power, if your laser eyes are like God, because from God power you're invulnerable. It comes with it. I don't make
it comes with it. It comes with okay.
The only person who has laser eyes that's not invulnerable is
everybody else who has laser eyes.
No, it's the dude from X-Men, Cyclops.
Everybody else who has laser eyes is not invulnerable either.
Who else is not?
Huh?
Name another person with laser eyes that's not invulnerable.
Fool, I can't think of everybody who got laser eyes right now on the spot.
You can't think of something that doesn't exist. That's what I'm saying. They don't exist. Everybody with laser eyes in comics is invulnerable.
Okay, you know what?
Man.
Okay.
Homelander, all of them.
Okay.
All of them.
I'm all right. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm not gonna argue with you on that one.
I was thinking. I can't think of one. They all Bizarro. They all have it. Zod, all the Krypton, Supergirl. That's all invulnerable. Superboy is not invulnerable because he doesn't have laser eyes. I mean, he's really durable. I've seen him get smacked around a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one is changes you would make.
The one I mentioned earlier, I would have got rid of that love flashback montage scene with Thor. They're talking about the love Thor and Jane had and everything. It was overdone. They didn't need all of that. I would have got rid of the scene with the kids and the kids having the power and stuff. I thought that was like
that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool.
It was, but it was still cheesy. I would have had him fight. I would have had them hide in the corner or something else like that. That was not necessary.
Well, he needed warriors. He wasn't gonna fight all those demons and stop Gore at the same time. That's why he was trying to get an army the first time.
Stormbreaker is yours. I don't care what nobody says. You call Stormbreaker, that thing should have came and should have ripped right out of the hands of whatever that shadow thing was.
You needed Stormbreaker to fight Gore with the Necro sword.
And he still had the dang on lightning bolt. And he was using it pretty efficiently too by the end. He should, as somebody like him and as smart as he is right now, he should have had that lightning bolt just go fly through everybody.
He needed an army to fight those things, because just because you have the strong weapons don't mean, like, they're from the shadows, so they could just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. Pause. But they could just keep coming at him just like that. How was you going to stop that? Stormbreaker ripping through.
He had the most powerful, like Lete kept saying, it's the most powerful weapon of the gods, which was Zeus's thunderbolt. He had that. Let that thing run supreme. Let that thing just keep on going. Just think about how it splits. Let it split and keep on fighting them. It's the most powerful weapon among the gods.
So
I think you can take on all the shadows.
How was he going to do that and stop Gore? And what was he going to fight Gore with?
Huh?
What was he going to fight Gore the God with?
When he did that, he should have been running after Stormbreaker, called Stormbreaker, and Stormbreaker should have came. I don't care what nobody said.
Stormbreaker wasn't going to. Stormbreaker's not holding up to the Necro sword.
Yeah, it was.
I'm talking about in a full-on fight. There's nothing else, because he was getting smacked around before that. Remember, he first met Gore. He was getting tossed around.
How did they? That was a straight-up fight, though. That ain't had nothing to do with.
He had to do a straight-up fight with Gore.
And Thor, that's a straight-up fight with him. That ain't got nothing to do with dang gone sword. How'd they break the sword in the first place?
The Mariner broke through it. Then it was coming back together. So she split Mariner up and took the pieces back into.
If Mariner could break it, Stormbreaker could definitely break it.
And I say this, and I absolutely mean this, and I don't care what nobody says. I can't say the word. I always mess it up. Mariner, the hammer is stronger than Stormbreaker. I stand by that. I don't care what they actually said in the movies. I don't care. The only thing it can do more is open up a Bifrost. And apparently, all of a sudden, it didn't work. Like it worked to get there. It didn't work. That's the thing. Let's take it back. So in the movie, after they first met God Butcher, he took the kids and ran off. They tried to use a bifar bridge, and it crashed outside the window in New Asgard. And then all of a sudden they had to make a conduit, use that as an engine to drive the Rainbow Bridge, which looked cool with the ghost. It looked cool, no doubt about it. But how all of a sudden, then when you got Stormbreaker, you're at the Rock of Eternity, and you don't need the boat or anything like that, because we could just go from here all the way back to New Asgard, no issues, no questions asked. No Rainbow Bridge, no boat, no nothing. How did it just work?
We call those plot holes.
I know it's a plot hole. I just want to make sure people know it's a plot hole.
That's your con. You found your con.
Sheesh.
You found your con. It took a while. You had to think about that one, boy. That was a good one.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. That didn't make sense, did it?
Because I was like, don't they need the boat? Like, all of a sudden, the Bifrost is working perfectly fine, but you needed to travel to the home of the god and stuff. Like, why?
All I can tell you is it felt they did keep mentioning and bringing up how Stormbreaker was emotional and they weren't getting along or whatever.
Which was also, I found, they were just overdoing that joke. I was like, oh my gosh, just stop it, man. These jokes, not all of these jokes are laughing. Now, in the movie's defense, people in the movie theater were laughing. So, hey.
Somebody in the test. Well, what did they say in the test screenings? The test screenings, they had to see what hit and miss, and apparently that one got to stay, and a couple of them got to stay. I feel like the movie was a lot longer in the test screen. We got to figure out how to get to those.
All movies are longer in the test screen.
I feel like this movie was probably like 2 hours and like 20 minutes in the test screening, and they was just like, knock all of this out.
All movies are long in the test screen. That's like a thing. But you gotta literally be like around LA, New York. That's where they do a lot of test screenings at.
Gonna fly out just for one movie. Gonna fly out just for a test screening of a Marvel movie.
But it's not like you'll just be walking around. They're like, hey, you guys want to come see this movie? And then they'll bring you in. It's not like you get into a line where you know what's happening and you're just walking around. You just gotta be walking. Or like Rodeo, no, I wouldn't say Rodeo, but just like walking around LA, but like you see them walk by a movie theater, like middle of the day. Hey, you guys are busy for 3 or 4 hours? You guys want to come watch a movie?
Ain't no way that's how they do it.
I don't know what to tell you, but
because people got to sign over the things that they got to sign the thing. What is it called?
The NDA.
And yeah,
you got to sign it.
You think random people? You think you could trust random people to not spoil the whole movie?
You don't. It's not like you're bringing in herds of people. It's only like 6 or 7 at a time and stuff like that. And that's how they go.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been working out for them so far. So you know what? Forget it. You know what? Fine.
I don't make the rules. I just tell you what they are and let you get upset about it.
I'm not upset. But you found their plot hole, though. You found their plot hole.
Trust me. In 45 days, when this was on Disney Plus, I'll find more. Find more.
Positive other YouTubers are definitely already posting.
Yeah, they're already on it.
There's the ones who literally have a channel, specifically for plot holes and stuff. So
there's several of them.
Yeah, exactly. You already know.
And I watch them a lot.
Oh man, I stay away from them, y'all. I don't want them to ruin my experience, yo.
But you know me, Daniel. I like to listen every side of a movie, every side of the argument, so I can have all the information. That's how I do.
Nah, like this movie, I don't really need every side of this kind of movie. Now, far from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, yeah. Far From Home or
No Way Home.
No Way Home, yeah. I would love to get all the angles of that one, but this one, I don't need anything else. I don't need anything else from it. The only other time I might watch it is when it first premieres on Disney Plus. I'm gonna watch it again for that because I'm curious about to see the villain again. And then other than that, like this movie has fast forward moments, multiple fast forward moments.
What are you fast forwarding to? What moments?
Huh?
What moments are you fast forwarding to?
The montage of him back with the Jane, of him in love with Jane. The Guardian scene with him and
Fast
the
forwarding
Guardian.
to those moments?
No, I'm fast forwarding through those moments.
Oh, I thought you meant fast forwarding to those moments.
Oh no. Fast forwarding moments.
I'm about to say you was just trashing that part of the movie for like.
Oh no. Fast forward for me. Fast forward moments for me are that's the moment I fast forward. I hit the fast forward button because you don't want to see.
Oh.
You're watching a movie and then it comes up to that part and you're like, fast forward, don't need to see that. Fast forward moments.
I'm like, you know what movie I do that the most with? Avengers Endgame.
A lot of people feel that way because everybody says Infinity War was better. But
it is.
It
is. There's no question. It's without hesitation.
I'll give you credit.
War is a superior movie.
I'll give you credit. Infinity War has probably the least amount of fast forwarding moments of all the Marvel movies. The least probably.
It comes second to only one movie.
Black Panther, of course. Yeah, I know. So, like we were saying before,
the Winter Soldier. You know, goddamn well it's gonna be the Winter Soldier. You know, goddamn well it's gonna be the Winter Soldier.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's obviously
you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can, hey, Black Panther's up there. It's a clear number one. A clear number one. The clear number one is Winter Soldier. You can't. It's not a part I'm fast forwarding through it. I'm like.
Watch it through and through.
But matter of fact, when I scroll it down TV to try to find something that's on, I watch it. As soon as it goes to one commercial, like I can't do this. Disney Plus. I'm about to watch this from the beginning.
We got time for commercials on this greatness right here.
Right.
I know what scene's coming next. I can't wait. Yeah, no, Thor: Love and Thunder. Plenty of scenes that you can just go. Yep, we can fast forward through this moment here. Yep, we can fast forward through this moment here. This one has a bit of this, maybe, but no. It's when you could think of in your head at least 5 scenes that you would like to fast forward through a movie, then you might want to question how good that movie was.
When I could think about 5 reasons why, like 5 things I can change in the movie that would make it far superior, I'm like, yeah, you guys just wait for Disney Plus. You don't have to go see this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Too many fast forwarding moments. Too many moments you're just gonna be like, yeah, skip. Get to that part.
We kind of did this already, like changes you would make. You said that we were already on that. Mine was to make the movie longer, so you can let scenes breathe and then cut out some. You don't have to hit in every scene with the joke. Like it doesn't need to be that. Not every like you can still have a funny movie and not every single scene or situation ends or has just keeps in joke. Like she was like Jane Foster was in the bathroom and she dropped a hammer. You can see that the cancer was just like right there, like it was just like killing her. And then she picked it up and then Valkyrie asked her, "Was you okay?" And they had the thing about how good she is and all that. Like, you got your weapon? She picked her up. You showed her sword and her knives. Then she broke it out. She's like, "You have a grenade?" She's like, "No, it's a boombox." Played Beyonce. Was like, this was a good moment right here, and this joke was not worth it. It just wasn't. And I was like, yeah, this is what we're here for. Thank God this movie is under 2. It's about 2 hours. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, that movie and yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. We done already said it, so yeah, pretty much.
All right, so you ready to you put it on a scale. You have a scale of 1 to 10. You gave it a C plus. I'm going to say that's about a 7 for you. So C is 7.
You gave it a B.
I gave it a B minus. Which now that we're doing numbers, I think it's maybe a little too high. So then I got to readjust, and I'm going to have to go much lower. I'm talking about just a regular C. Just like not a plus, not a minus, just a regular C. It's okay. It's good enough to watch. You're not going to be upset that you watch it, but you're not going to be, oh shit, I watched it. You know what I'm saying? You're not like, oh, this is not one of the movies where you go to the comic book convention and you're ready to die on this hill that this is a good movie. And
this is not a midnight. This is not worth the midnight showing.
That's fair. It's not worth not eating nachos and cheese at a movie theater to watch it. I tell you that right now.
No, it's not worth. It's definitely not worth. It's definitely not worth midnight showing, and it's definitely not worth more than $10. If you got a $10 movie theater out there, go
There's
sure
no
spend that $10. Don't spend that $20.
You don't. First of all, you don't want to go to a $10 movie theater.
No, you don't want to go to a $5 movie theater. You can do the $10
anymore. It's $6.99. We have one around here.
A $5 movie theater.
No, it's $6.99 now. They moved it up.
Oh, they bumped it? Oh my god, the audacity of them. Oh my god.
Yeah. Everything is bumped up, brother.
Sheesh. They just couldn't afford that. They had to add an extra dollar. They had
$1.99. For the $1.99.
Yeah. Everything going up. God dang. Whew. Yeah. It's not worth to go into that theater for it. I mean,
first of all, don't risk your life going to that theater. If you go to a $6.99 movie theater, and when they got the new movies in it, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's worth that $10 movie though. Yo, if your matinee is $10, but sure, and you got 2 hours of kick, and you're a Marvel fan, sure. If you're not a Marvel fan and you ain't got $10, you can wait till Disney Plus because you probably got kids or you probably got access to Disney Plus. So go ahead and wait on it.
Well, I would say this: it's not. I know we kind of like trash the movie, but I'm not going to say that it's not like what's a terrible MCU movie. It's not Iron Man 3 bad. It's not that at all. So it was more like a I'm trying to think like a middle of the pack movie.
Ant-Man?
Yeah! Like Ant-Man. It's like the Ant-Man movies. It's in that same realm.
They're going for all those kind of jokes and everything.
Which means I will never rank this movie because you got to be at least top 15 to get ranked. So when we re-rank movies, it's not making the top 15.
I think I want to say I counted yesterday. This is Marvel's 29th movie. Black Panther will be the 30th.
Right. So it's not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it. You're not making the rankings.
We talked about it yesterday. Like Marvel officially has so many movies now where all you can do is the top 10 and the top 10 best and 10 worst.
I gotta go 15.
Heck no.
Because like I said last time, you're like your top 3 or 5.
Why do you keep adding more? Stop adding more.
Listen, your top 3 or 5 are already locked in. All right, those are the classics. Never
know that.
Unless something comes out like that was as good as like Winter Soldier or the first Avengers or Infinity War.
You keep saying your top 5 are locked in, but there's a lot of people who will make an argument that Spider-Man No Way Home is in the top somewhere in your top 10.
Those people are idiots.
So you're saying Spider-Man No Way Home's not in the top 10?
Yes.
Wow. There are a lot of people that are ready to fight you to the death. What?
That's fine.
Bare knuckle. We're going bare knuckle.
That's fine. I learned how to fight a long time ago, and I'm bringing weapons.
You got to have a real strong argument for the Spider-Man.
The first part of the movie was not that great. It was average. The thing that saved it was the fact that they had 3 Spider-Man in it. That's
so
the
you're
argument.
telling me, so all of your top 10, their opening of their movies were amazing.
Bro, I'm not talking about the open. I'm talking about the whole beginning, the beginning action, the rising action, the climax, all of that. That's like you back in high school and they told you how to write a story.
Yep.
You got the beginning, you had your rising action, your climax, your falling action, your conclusion. The falling action and the conclusion were the only things apart. Like I'm watching it. When you talk about fast forward a movie, I skipped through all of that other stuff to get right to the point where the Spider-Man meet. And not even when they meet. It's like I skip that conversation. I skip a little more till they at the Liberty bit, the Statue of Liberty.
Wait. You're trying to tell me Spider-Man No Way Home, you skip at least an hour of the movie.
I skip almost all of it until they're actually in the Statue of Liberty and they're talking. All that other stuff is just okay.
Wow, that is tough. Ooh. Okay then. All right. All right. That's a discussion for another time before I take it too far.
So many more
questions.
I do not. I'm telling you, I came out the movie theater. I was like, yeah, thank gosh they got Toby and Andrew in the joint because this was not it. I saved the movie.
This man is ready to go. He's ready to go toe to toe with these people, man. They got Spider-Man No Way Home brain tie, boy. Woo.
You can do whatever you want. When people talk about that movie, anybody talk about it. They say anything anything that's worthy before that. I might skip to when I don't even skip the first fighting Doctor Strange. I'm like, bro, you just went toe to toe with Thanos, and you getting beat by math. I don't want to hear that.
Okay. If you said okay,
bro. No. Spider-Man is not in my top 10. No Way Home might not be in the top 15. Like I would say this, and if you compare movie to movie and taking out the fan service, like not watching that movie, like oh my gosh, this is for the fans. No, Far From Home is a better movie than No Way Home. It's what it is.
Okay. I would actually have to go back. It's been a while since I've seen Far From Home, so I would have to actually go back and rewatch.
We'll be on Netflix in a while.
But I remember it being very, 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 very good.
I remember
I was leaving that movie theater satisfied.
You were in the movie theater. You're like, yo, you talked to me like, hey, I really like this, and we were like, damn, boy. I think he like just got the glasses or something like that. He was just about to get the kids. And he's like, I really like this.
Yeah, it was good.
Spider-Man No Way Home, I was like, all right. Oh shit, here they go, the Spider-Man.
Let me find out. I can't remember that you were that damn quiet through the whole movie. I can't remember. It sounded about right though. But you did have your moments in what's his name though. Yesterday in Thor: Love and Thunder.
I had two moments. One, they didn't retcon it, but so what I'm looking for. They took the cheap way out. When they killed Zeus, I was like, oh, they do things. I'm like, oh, okay. Things gonna get happen. And then at the second post-credit scene, he wasn't dead. He was getting tended to. I was like, okay, well, you didn't kill him. That sucks. And then when I saw Eternity, I was like, because I was like, yo, they ripped right off the book. That's what I was excited about. Outside of that, wasn't nothing for me. Like, oh, okay, no,
that's enough.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's really not, especially this one, especially with the kind of fight scenes they potentially could have had and everything. They could have had. I don't know. I don't know. It'd have been nice to see a Valkyrie Mighty Thor team up. You know,
yeah, you teased it. They teased it, and you really didn't even see. I was like, man, it's like it's just not. It felt like they fell short. It felt like they cared more about being funny than they did about actually getting into the story.
Oh, they definitely cared more about being funny. That was obvious. You saw that in the trailers.
Like we gotta outdo the funny stuff we did in Thor Ragnarok. Like, no, you don't. You just have to
that's exactly what I felt too. I felt the same way. Matter of fact, when I was in line, we was in concessions line, they kept saying that. Everybody was like, I'm here because this person dragged me. That's funny. What I heard 3 people say that when I was in line. I'm here because they dragged me here and everything. I was like, because it was, and 2 of them was like, yeah, the trailer wasn't strong. It was like I didn't see anything I wanted to see. There was nothing in the trailer that made me want to see this movie, and I felt the same way. I was like, I can't deny that. I feel the same way. It was the only trailer I saw where I was like, I see stuff that I think I might want to see was that Spider-Man. But everybody overanalyzed the trailer, but we were all right about it anyway. It's like, yo, they obviously took something out of that part right there and that part right there. Thor's, nah, nothing about that trailer was exciting.
Right. Remember, like before, like when we about to go to movies in the check chain, I'd be like, yo, y'all ready? It's almost that time. Tomorrow's the movie. Mm-hmm. You didn't see any of that from me this time.
No.
What exactly?
Spot. What was it? Captain America, Winter Soldier, or was it Civil War? The Civil War?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Civil War. When y'all hit me with that text message, man, watch the trailer. Wait till the last part of the trailer. And I ain't never been more excited for a movie than Civil War. Man, that's how you get a person hype. That's my go-to. When people ask, yo, have you ever seen a trailer that got you hyped for a movie? Yes. Captain America, Civil War.
Bro.
When Winter Soldier and Captain America were tag teaming Iron Man, I can't believe they showed that. I was like, I'm ready to camp outside and watch this movie.
In the Batman v Superman movie, like the premiere, right? I was the second time I saw it twice that weekend. I saw the early. We went to go see it early Thursday night, and then I dragged my family to go see it because I knew Wonder Woman was going to be in. And they were showing the trailers before the movie, and the Civil War trailer came on. And when at the end, when Spider-Man grabbed the shield and was on top of the car, the entire theater cheered like we were watching a movie, and it was just a trailer. And then my girl turned to me, she's like, "Damn, man, everybody like this. They don't even care about Superman, Batman." I was like, and I was like this. Oh gosh, this is gonna just destroy the DCEU, and it did, along with a bunch of other stupid stuff that we could get into later.
Yeah, Thor's trailer was mediocre like the movie.
So
everybody and they dragged it out for extra long, so to the point where people were like, yo, where's the trailer at? This movie must be amazing. They've never had a trailer. They never showed a trailer this late before ever. This is about to be the most awesome thing ever. And then
it's because they got so much stuff they don't have enough time to promote it all at once. It's hilarious. They just got so much that they can't, like, oh shit. Oh damn. You know how like it is, like you work at a job, like like when we worked at the warehouse and they forgot a holiday was coming up. So the last second they had to throw up all the overtime so they can make sure they had people to work. That's exactly what they did with this with Thor. They was like, oh shit, we got a movie coming out. Shit. All right, let's go. Put a trailer. Throw a trailer out there. Let's go.
Yeah. They got the I told you, man, Feige's plate is full. Feige has a full plate.
Yeah. Might get to a point. It might be the MCU might be getting a little oversaturated.
No, it ain't. Don't worry about that.
I said it might be getting to the point. I didn't say it was. It was close. I said it might be getting to the point. I just gave you a might be. Y'all ready to jump down my throat? No, it never gets to.
It still ain't. It's too much time in between. They still got a whole bunch of time in between.
Bro, we had a new episode of Ms. Marvel. The next night, we had a Thor movie. And then in a couple months, we're going to have a
say that again. In a what?
In a what? Like another month. In a month, we'll have the same issue where we're going to have another MCU show, and then we're going to have Black Panther. Like, I'm not getting time to breathe.
Couple months apart. People got plenty of time to let it breathe.
Not a couple months apart.
It is. What's the name will be over before we know it. They haven't shown any new trailers for She-Hulk. It'll be a while. Plus, the fans want it anyway.
When does She-Hulk come out?
Nobody remember. We all be in the middle of Thor, and we in the middle of Ms. Marvel. They're doing it perfectly. Forget about everything else. Focus on what we got now because we need the numbers. And then that's what we're supposed to be talking about. The dang
August 20. That joint comes in less than 30 days.
Okay. And and the only reason you remember that is because I just brought it up.
I said it was another show. I just didn't remember what show it was.
Exactly. The fact that you can't even.
That's because it's oversaturated. It's just so much coming at the same time.
It's not so much. It's really not.
I got one new every day.
Well, we got to talk about the end credits. So both end credits were good.
That was probably the best part of the movies.
Oh, there you go again.
It wasn't the best.
You got lower the grade down even more if the end credits was the only good part of the movie.
I didn't say it was the only good part. I said the best part.
The best? God dang. Was this movie a D?
It's a C. It's a C.
If the best part was the end, the credits.
I said one of the best. Said one of the best parts of the movie.
Duh. The end credits should never be.
And I can explain why. I'm looking at a little different.
Oh, here we go.
All right, so I'm not talking about the first end credit scene. The first end credit scene is just you copped out because I thought you killed Zeus and you didn't. And he's wounded. Now he's going to send his son to do his dirty work. That's not it. You're going to try to put God's back on promise where everybody loves you and asks you for something and you don't deliver. I know that's not going to work. Moving on. Living my best life. That second one, I think, was a perfect conclusion to the Jane Foster story. Because she died in battle. She did her best to be Thor. She could have lived. She could have stayed and lived and fought the cancer, had a chance to live, but she decided she wanted to help the kids. She didn't do it for the glory, or she didn't do it so she be seen like that. She did it for the kids. They put a statue up for her and all that. And her reward for that, for dying in battle, being honorable, was to go to Valhalla, where she's gonna be living her best life. I felt that was beautiful. That was a perfect end to her story, y'all. That's why I say it was the best part, one of the best parts of the movie.
Okay. Still, the movie needs lower the grade of the movie.
I'm not lowering the movie because the story that ending wouldn't have meant anything if it wasn't for her story arc in the movie.
They wouldn't have been there ending if it wasn't for that.
So I can't lower it. I can't lower it because it was the end credit scene. The end credit scene that the rep part is literally the movie. I count that as the actual movie. At this point in the MCU,
really,
your end credit scenes are the movie. Like everybody knows to stick around. Everybody knows to watch. It's part of the movie. If it's something like in Spider-Man No Way Home where the end credit scene was a trailer for another movie, then no, that don't count. It's promote. You couldn't think of nothing. Said fuck it, let's throw a trailer in there. They stay here for something. Or like what movie? I forgot what movie it was. The end credit scene was just a scene out of the upcoming Civil War movie. I'm not counting that. But if yours is like the end of a movie, like it's literally Jane Foster going to Valhalla after she died and all of that, that's just part of the movie. You just happen to put it at the end. Like in their TV shows, MCU TV shows, when they had like one or two episodes sometimes, mostly one, but they have an end credit scene and one at the end of one episode. That's part of the episode. It is what it is.
All right then. Well, that's all I got. Well, that's all I got for this review.
That's all anybody got. It's not worth. It's not worth it. This review is literally over half of how long the movie actually is. Yeah. Which is sad.
You in this length of the movie thing, boy. You're not letting that go.
The length of the movie gives your movie time to breathe and get more details. What's going on, which leads to a better story. The more in depth you can get with character development, reasons why they're doing things, seeing them interact, better fight, all that lens with time length. You need length to do that. Like you want to have a better fight scene, need a longer movie so I can do more in the fight scene. You want more of your story told in Like, how did she learn how to become Thor so good? Lengthen the movie so you had time to tell that part.
This is true. All
You
that
see,
is true.
we literally see what happens when you try to short a movie down from what it's supposed to be too much. The example is Zack Snyder's Justice League, and whatever that atrocity was in 2017. Right? You see what happened. You took out a lot of stuff, and then you had to explain it in the other one. So they were just sitting around just info dumping for a whole 10, 15-minute interview, just info dumping. Like, it's a whole other thing. Woo! Not going to do it. And not going to fall into my own trap. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it.
Oh, well, then that's it. Then that's the end of the review. That's all we got for y'all.
Yeah, I'm about to go watch the boys in.
My recommendation is wait for it to come on Disney Plus. Bring your own popcorn and drinks and watch it in the comfort of your own favorite chair.
My recommendation is if you don't got nothing to do this weekend, you want to get out the house, go to the movies and watch Thor: Love and Thunder. If you got something to do, don't rush.
To the beach.
Huh?
What? Who said that?
You said go to the beach. You can't go to the beach in here. It's raining. So it's raining in DC, Maryland. So go to the movie. Yeah. Or do what I'm doing tomorrow is after work. I'll be in blurred card. Y'all should be too. Hoping. Swear to God, I hope people come to work. Gosh. People come to work, I'll be a blurred card. If not, I'll still be there. I'll be there.
You figure that one out. But that's the end, people.
And that's it. Look, that's all I tell you next time. We're about to go watch The Boys. We might do a review. It depends on how Sunday really goes. Dan, what you think? You got something for Sunday?
We'll talk.
We'll talk then. We'll talk. Hey, look, that's all I tell you next time, everybody. I gotta go. Good things are happening over here. The Boys. I still gotta finish Umbrella Academy. I do. I really do. I'm gonna finish The Boys first, though. It's worth it. Hey, look, that's it. Dan, you good? And before I hit the scene, everybody posted in the club live.